We got the cold brew. Alright, what's going on, people? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So today I'm going to be breaking down another copper trade where I made about $900 scalping copper in the Asian session. So different to the London session, different to the New York session. You know, a lot of people think, can I trade the Asian session? Is there going to be volume? Is there going to be moves? Well, today I'm going to show you guys that there absolutely is move. Even in gold today, you still saw some fantastic moves in the Asian markets. But personally for me, copper gave the better setup. So that's what I decided to trade today. And as you guys know, we have been exploring copper a lot more recently. As gold is booming at these all-time highs regions, it's important for us to adapt a little bit more and have a look at some different instruments. And I've been testing copper just using 1 to 2 contracts on Topstep and on my personal account. So let's jump right in and I'll break it down for you guys. So here is the trade right here. This trade was basically, I was actually coming into the session looking for copper to come up, tap into here, and then seeing the push down into this liquidity. But this is the most important thing that you guys want to do in trading, is you want to get good at adapting and being as adaptive as possible. So what we can kind of see here on copper is we had 2 beautiful liquidity levels where anyone who's selling gold here, stops are going to be above there, and anyone who's buying copper here, stops are going to be down here. Exactly the same principles of how we trade gold. And yeah, I was looking for copper to come up, grab these highs, and then looking for some overall shorts down, given you had this really big push down. However, what I actually saw was copper was coming down and grabbing these lows first with a very nice key level above here. So I was like, well, fantastic. You know, we could still come down, grab these lows, pull back into these regions before then seeing that overall sell-off. So do I want to miss out on the retracement back up before taking some potential sells? Absolutely not. Because if we measure from like anywhere below here up into there, that's, you know, that's still a 50 tick move. That's a fantastic intraday trade. And it's going to skip it forward because it was a very, very fast, move on the 30-minute time frame. But you can actually see we came down and grabbed the lows beautifully, absolutely beautifully, without grabbing any of the highs. So I had my alerts down here, and as my alerts are going off, that's why you guys have to excuse the crazy hair today. I've been laying by the pool, proper guru mode today. As my alerts started to go off, I started to take some buys on this reaction here and this retracement, and my target was targeting here and ideally back up to here. But to be honest, I took this at 2 contracts, took out about $600, and I was very happy. $600 US, $900 Australian. And I was very, very happy to take it out at these highs here on that next 30-minute candle, because you can also see, look at that, you had no bottom wick on that 30. And you then came up, grabbed the highs, and failed to close above. So the next 30, I was like, well, you could easily still pull back, come close to where my entry is before going higher. So I don't really want to be stopped at break even before the bigger move comes in. I'll be happy to lock in, you know, 25, 30 ticks here in the Asian session and call that a day. That you did end up doing pretty much exactly that. You came down, you re-grabbed the previous 30 lows, and then ended up coming up to the full TP all the way up to that very simple resistance. And this trade was nothing crazy, nothing super complex, just understanding liquidity grabs and knowing where price needs to go before doing something else. And more importantly, being extremely, extremely reactive, not predictive. I was overall short bias on copper today. However, once we start grabbing the lows, bias goes out the window. I react. We have liquidity above. Fantastic. I'm going to trade into it. And that's what we've been seeing recently is, you know, Asia does have the moves. If some of you guys can't trade London or you can't trade New York, that doesn't mean you can't trade and you should just give up and just quit trading. You can trade absolutely any session that fits your schedule. You just have to know what moves well in them time zones. And a lot of people say, Aaron, what time does gold move? Or does gold move during Asia? Or does copper move during Asia? Well, do exactly what I'm doing here. Put in the work and find out for yourself. Does copper move? You know, go onto your charts, go back to the Asian session and have a look. Does copper move in the Asian session? Yes. Does gold move the Asian session? Yes. Does something like NASDAQ move the Asian session? Not as much. Fantastic. I'm going to look to trade something like gold and copper. So build the data like I'm doing. You know, I'm very new to trading copper. I've only traded copper for maybe a month, if that. And I'm still getting used to it. I'm still going to be testing it before I start trading bigger size and before I start trading on Topstep. But the good thing is, as you guys saw in the last video, Topstep have now just released micro copper futures contracts, which is absolutely incredible. There's no better time for you guys to start testing copper with me as well. If you guys do want to check out Topstep, as always, be sure to check the link below. You guys can get 20% off Topstep. Fire up that combine and, you know, use Topstep to test these, learn the mistakes, rather than putting, you know, your own capital at risk. Save your own capital, use Topstep's funding firm. You guys can get some fantastic payouts with Topstep as well. If you guys did enjoy this video, I'd appreciate it if you left a little like, subscribe, leave a little comment below. Have you started trading copper yet? If you have, let me know some characteristics that you're finding on copper as well. And I hope to see you guys back on the London live streams every single day, 7 to 9 a.m. London time. I'll see you guys there. Peace.